I have two scenarios. One is the safest one, in my opinion. Simply give licenses and contracts to those big clubs like Bologna, Virtus, Partizan, Valencia,
That's
for example.
exactly one of the scenarios that EuroLeague has.
So this is the easiest one, in my opinion.
These three clubs are the ones who had probably the biggest budget among the Eurocup clubs. Also, they have a rich history, and they were always very, very close to be, long-term EuroLeague
and these are basketball
organizations.
cities. I mean, Bologna in Italy, we know that it's a football-driven country, but Bologna lives basketball. Valencia, people are very passionate about Valencia's basketball team, and Partizan, you don't need to introduce them. But the other possible scenario, in my opinion, would be to give those places on merit. I mean, the finalists of the Eurocup this season, obviously, and then you need to add one more team, but you have the situation with EuroLeague, where, for example, Zvezda is not secured for next season's EuroLeague, right? So if, let's say, Partizan one way or the other gets the place, you can have both Zvezda and Partizan on board, and you would have two Serbian clubs. You would have the big Serbian derby, which I think would complement the EuroLeague nicely. And Virtus, Bologna, and Valencia are really safe options. But if you choose to go on merit, who knows? Maybe some underdog team will go to the Eurocup finals, because the format is very tricky, as we talked in our previous podcast. So I don't know which scenario looks like more attractive to you.
I'm not so sure if that's the, let's say, right scenario, but as you say, easy choice of Virtus, Partizan, and Valencia. I just think that they will bring most quality and best fan experience. What is interesting that there's another scenario which was kind of considered in the EuroLeague headquarters. It is to stay with 16 teams. So to keep all these 15 teams, or it depends what will happen with ABA League champions. So, for example, Zvezda might be replaced by Partizan, Budućnost, Cedevita, whatever. But anyway, keep these 15 teams and add Eurocup finalists, because champions will get promoted. But I'm not so sure if that's a very realistic scenario, because there are two things. IMG is wants, to have as many games as possible, and it probably goes under the agreement with the EuroLeague, because there's a big difference of number of games that is played between 16 teams and 18 teams. And also some say that it would be kind of strange idea to refuse the idea of wild cards, because usually that's the way how EuroLeague gets some sponsors or just get some money for the organization. Like, what happened with Zenit, they brought Gazprom as the sponsor. It is said that Monaco, they also brought Fedcom, although they made it by themselves, of course, qualifying to the EuroLeague. But that's another thing which could help them to keep, to stay in the EuroLeague, even if they won't qualify to the playoffs.